Hey there, legal warriors. Is it okay if your defense attorney acts friendly to the prosecutor? Is that okay? Does that mean they're working together? Is your defense attorney not on your side? Well, that's a question I get a lot. So if you're interested in that area of the law, if this applies to you one way or another, stay tuned because this is a video for you. My name is Attorney Lance Fryrear, and I'm a defense attorney in Linwood, Washington. My law firm's been defending people charged with crimes for more than 20 years, and I'm putting out these videos to help educate the public. So if you find this useful, please like and please subscribe. More people will get the help they need. Now I'm just going to jump right into it. I get this question a lot. Is it okay if my defense attorneys acts friendly to the prosecutor? In fact, I get people calling up and say, Lance, I want a new attorney because it looked like the prosecutor and the defense were best buddies in court, and I'm not happy with that. Well, let's try to break that down and think about it. Do we want your defense attorney, who's the one person who's trying to keep you out of jail or somebody out of jail, do we want them hated by the prosecutor? Or do we want them liked by the prosecutor? And seems like a simple answer to me. So what do I mean by liked by the prosecutor? Does that mean that that the prosecutor and the defense attorney going out to drinks after work? Well, probably not anymore. Maybe 15 years ago, maybe 20 years ago, that might have been the case, but not anymore. I think there's three things you need to worry about when you're trying to think about the relationship between your prosecutor and that you've observed and the defense attorney that's trying to save your life, right? I think the first thing you want to think about is the defense attorney respected. Does it appear that people in the court know your defense attorney, right? Have they been there before? Do they talk to your defense attorney nicely? Things like that. So respect is important. Number two, does your defense attorney seem to be knowledgeable, right? Do they know the prosecutor's name, right? Do they know the judge's name? Even better if they know the clerk's, right? If your attorney has been to that court a lot, they're going to know the best things to say and not say to try to get you the best result in your case, right? And I think number three, and it relates to number one, is what is the reputation or the approach that your attorney is taking, right? What's their reputation? Are they feared, or is it more cooperative? Because I think cooperative's better. What is the approach? Is the approach, screw you, prosecutor, I'm going to crush you? Well, if that's the attitude your attorney takes, that's usually not a good sign, because who's got the power in a criminal case? It's not the judge, really. It's not even the defense attorney. It's the prosecutor, right? The prosecutor has a police report. There's a whole bunch of bad stuff about the defendant. And they've got some professional witnesses that are willing to line up and say a whole bunch of bad stuff about the defendant, the police, right? And what do you have? Well, you have your burden of proof that the state has to meet, and it's sort of theoretical, beyond a reasonable doubt, whatever that means, right? It's whatever someone says it is, okay? There's fancy ways to talk about it, but guess what? Juries like to convict people. So you don't want to encourage the government to use its power against you based upon your attorney's behavior, because then you are totally hurting. I'd like to say another word. We're on YouTube, so I'm not going to do that. But you're bleeped, okay? That's not very good. So I was a prosecutor for 7 years, case in point. My first 7 years, age 24 to age 31, I was a prosecutor. And, I was pretty young, obviously, back then. And I can think of at least one attorney that was so abrasive, that was so offensive, that was such a difficult and obnoxious person that I, as a prosecutor, would treat those cases more harshly, right? And how would I justify it? Well, I'd think to myself, hey, that client, that defendant chose that attorney, and I guess they're stuck with them, right? And so I would put in more effort on that case as the prosecutor because it felt personal, right? And everybody's a human. And if your attorney acts like a jerk and is really what you imagine you might want, really difficult to the prosecutor and things like that, then that's likely going to encourage some difficulty back to your attorney and therefore your case. So I think it's a good thing if your attorney seems like they have a friendly and at least collegial relationship with your prosecutor. It can go too far, right? You don't want an attorney that's just bending over, and not doing things you think is going to help your case. But if you have an experienced attorney, if you have a highly rated attorney, and that attorney goes to that court a lot and maybe has an office, somewhere in the same county or at least within a county, then when they act friendly to your prosecutor, don't be upset. Say, thank goodness that this person seems to be respected by the prosecutor, trusted by the prosecutor, trusted by the court, which means that I am in good hands as a defendant, right? Our approach in my firm is often therapeutic. We want to take the approach where we say, hey, prosecutor, we are part of the solution. Let's find how we can work together to make this case go away in a way that satisfies my client, hopefully with a dismissal in many cases, and satisfies the prosecutor in that there's been some response to the case. Something therapeutic has happened from the case. Some good has come from it. Now, there are cases where a client's 100% innocent and they're totally wrong. Someone else stole from the Nordstrom, not my client, and there's a video showing it. Well, that's a different approach, but we still want to approach the prosecutor with respect to get them to listen, right? Because a prosecutor has a hard job. Some of them make a fair amount of income and many don't. And what they have is a sense of pride and duty and power. And when we respect who has the ultimate power while fighting for our client in a zealous but respectful way, we're much more likely to get a result. So if your attorney seems friendly with the prosecutor, again, it's a good thing. And hopefully you're going to get a good result in your case. So if you found this video helpful, please like and please subscribe. Hopefully I put some anxiety out of somebody's mind here. And if you're in some legal problem, if you need some help, you're not satisfied with your current attorney, whatever, feel free to give my office a call. My name's Lance Fryrear. I've been defending people charged with crimes for more than 20 years. We'll listen to what happened, we'll identify a way forward, and we will be there for you. Thank you.